Hey, it's Cody. Today I thought I would hop on here and do my June decks and books video. This is actually take two because I actually had this all like filmed and ready to go for June 1st, and I went to upload it and it was just gone. Like, I don't know if I deleted it somehow or like it just didn't save right. Like, I don't know, man, but I legitimately had like the thumbnail and everything already. I will admit to you that like the last video was cuter than this one. It is so hot where I am right now. We're just gonna pretend like this is not my comforter, that we're not pretend like this is professional. If you can hear a fan in the background, I'm sorry. I hope it's not too distracting, but like my choices were, heat stroke or a fan. So unfortunately, I did select the fan. I don't know if anyone's noticed. I have not uploaded a video for a couple weeks, and it's okay. So my husband, it was like a small outpatient surgery, but he can't lift anything for a couple weeks, and he has been home, and like making videos is embarrassing if he's home. Like if my kids are at home and they have to like hear me just in the other room talking to myself, that's one thing, but like I don't know, it's embarrassing for my husband to be here. Also, my kids know how to leave me alone and my husband does not, so like anyway, I'm back. I love how I say that as if anyone fucking noticed that I hadn't put up a video in a couple weeks. Anyway, like, I've also just kind of been, unplugged a bit. Kids are home for summer, summer break. That's always, it just changes the dynamic of things. Like, usually I'm just here doing my shit. If anyone's following me on Instagram, you might have seen that I did get a record player. I told myself that it was it's part of my inner child work to like have a record player that I was allowed to touch, because like when I was a child my father had one and I was not allowed within like 10 feet of that thing or he'd have fucking killed me. But I do have one, and honestly I can't wait for my husband to go back to work because I have been at my most annoying lately. Like, I will listen to an album that's the same fucking 13 songs. Literally, I will do it 1,000 times in a row. Like, everyone, I'm sure, underestimates my ability to listen to the same thing 1,000 fucking times. So, if my kids get annoyed, like I said, with the video recording thing, I don't care about my kids. Like, they know the insanity. My husband doesn't. Like, I don't know why I'm like that. Like, he knows I'm annoying, but I think this is a new level. So, I want to just listen to my fucking shit 1,000 times in a row. And I need him to go back to work. Okay, so yeah. I mean, anyone that knows me, even slightly, I think everyone knows at my core, I am a pretentious fuck. Like, the record player thing should not surprise anyone. But I will say I'm not going to be like one of those fucking douchebags. Like, I have that on vinyl. Like, that's... I'm just over here having fun, man. I've looked up a couple things, like, are you supposed to keep, like, the little plastic, like, dust cover thing open or closed, while the record's playing, and man, every single question, anything you could ever look up is a huge fight within, like, the record community. Like, damn. Oh my god. Okay, anyway, all that shit aside, I've got books and decks. I will forewarn you, this is going to be a long-ass rambly video, because just a couple days ago, I did already do this video, and so, I don't know, man, this is probably going to be a long-ass video, so, sorry. Okay, the first book is, this one was actually on my, May Decks and Books video, too. This is Outlander. A friend sent me this to read, and man, I've just been reading slow lately. Like, I don't know what has been going on. I don't know what I've been doing that much, but it has not been reading very much, so still working on this guy. Also, I was very generously sent this. This is Harvest Home by Thomas Tryon? I'm not sure how to say that. This is a horror book. I have not started this yet. I am excited to start it. There was a time in my life where I was fine reading multiple fiction books at once, and like I could keep them all straight. I just don't like have that capacity anymore. So I gotta wait until I'm finished with Outlander to get started on this, but I am excited to get started on this. Okay, I think you've seen this. I've been on a poetry kick lately. Yeah, I have been. I think I've showed this one. Still working on collected poems of W.B. Yeats. This is a book that I bitched about water damage from a fucking Amazon warehouse. That's what I get for ordering shit from Amazon. Also, a book that just came in the other day. This is War of the Foxes by Richard. I believe it's Sykin. I feel like it would be insane if it was Sicken, but I don't know. Now, anyone that knows this, this poet might be like, why didn't you get Crush, which is like his most famous and like widely loved book. Well, it's because I saw a quote from this, and like I have thought about it. I thought about it for like a week, and I'm like, you know what? I need to find what poem specifically that was from, and actually get the book. And it was from this one. I have really been liking this. I've kind of been. If anyone has any recommendations, please give them to me. I'm trying to find poets. Like, I'm looking for people that are alive right now. You know, like I want people that are doing the thing right now. There's always value, you know, in the old shit, but like I think there's just as much value in like current things. So yeah. Also, okay, I have a book here that I will not show, and I also will not be naming. And it was a poetry book by a currently writing poet. It was completely independent. I found it through Instagram. I ordered the book. I mean independent, like the author paid for these copies to be like physically created. You know what I mean? So I don't really feel comfortable sharing it here, but man, it is everything. I think every complaint everyone has about like poetry currently, and like the effects of like insta poetry or whatever the fuck they call it on like poetry writing in general. Man, it just encapsulates so much of it. I was shocked. I feel like I had seen like little snippets of some of the poems, and I was like, I think I could be into this, but man, I am so deeply not into it. Like, I cannot believe I spent $19 US on a book that's like, I think it's probably, well, you know, let me look without showing it on the camera here. 120 pages, and I spent $19.99 on it. Like, honestly, man, I'm struggling. Like I said, though, also, I'm a pretentious fuck, so, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. Speaking of poetry and reading the Dante's Inferno shit, rages on. This is the Inferno of Dante. This is a translation by Robert Pinsky. Now, this one was translated in, like, the 90s, whereas the one that I've shown previously was... You know, actually, I don't even know. Early 1900s or something. This one's kind of cool if you do speak Italian. This has, like, the original Italian, and then it has the English translation. This one is, you know, just for the most part, easier to understand just because it's, like, modern English that we speak right now. Whereas the other one was, you know, older. Yeah, I'm still on the Dante's Inferno shit. I just realized that I forgot to grab, the Dante's Inferno, Oracle by Paolo Barbieri, that I like kind of work with the books. It's a whole fucking sprawling ass process. If anyone is interested in like me making a video on how I'm dealing with this shit, like the Dante's Inferno shit, drop it in the comments. I don't want to make a video that's just a wild, sprawling, rambling mess, and like no one wanted to fucking see it. You know what I mean? Okay, the last book is a segue into the decks. This is actually the guidebook for the Wildwood Tarot. Yeah, I got pissed and wrote in here in, like, shitty handwriting. Wow, it doesn't want to look at that. What, like, the major arcana would be if it was just, like, RWS. You know what I mean? Just because I was sick of having to, like, think about it or look it up. I mean, I memorized them now. When I first got this deck, I was so deeply not ready for it. Like... I'd been reading tarot for a few years, but I think that at that point I wasn't seeing like the big picture of reading cards in general, the way that I see it now. And I keep being like, I really want to get the Wildwood Tarot back out and work with it, because I feel like I'm at a place where this is going to be a really useful tool to me. So, yeah. Also, I'm asking for a lot of advice and help here. If anyone has the big book that came out, I think in the last few years, there's like almost a workbook or something else that goes with the Wildwood Tarot. I've been considering getting. If you have it, let me know if it's helpful. Like, I don't want to get something that's not really helpful in like delving into the deck, but yeah, I would love anyone to let me know if they have it in what they think. All right, so we're on to decks, and obviously we have... Oh my god, why is this not looking like this right? The Wildwood Tarot, like I just said, this is a crusty old copy. I trimmed it to get off the borders. I did a bad job. But you know, sometimes you get what you get. I just have been feeling like, I don't know, kind of called to this deck. I go through phases with this deck, and I think a lot of the time it has to do with like summer and fall is when I feel like pulling this deck out. But then also sometimes I'm just like, I have almost an aversion to it. I don't know. I have such a weird relationship with this deck. Anyway, I'm feeling kind of like it's time to pull this bitch out lately, so I will be doing that. I don't know how to explain this. I have been like bored kind of like regular tarot decks. Like, just how many different drawings can you honestly, different depictions can you possibly make that mean the same thing? Like, I think I've said it before. Right now, I'm just really feeling like Oracle decks are where it's at. And this one, a lot of the cards just don't align in any way with an RWS sort of deck. So it almost feels like it's a 78 card Oracle deck. To a point. Not quite. I mean, I don't know why I just said that, but... Anyway, yeah, I've pulled this out, and I'm going to be working with it, and yeah, I guess that's all anyone really needs to know. Did I just put that the wrong way? No. Oh my god, the dog, sorry. Alright, next up this is Tarot of the Drowning World. Now, I got this deck last, I think, spring or something. These cards are, like, in here so tight. And honestly, like, it was a pricey kind of deck. And when I first got it, I was so excited, and I opened it up, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm feeling the energy of it. I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't know if I fucked up. I was not feeling it. Like, I legitimately was almost like, maybe I should sell this. Like, I don't know if this is something I'm actually going to pull out and use. Luckily I didn't, because this deck is just it for me right now. Just the way it feels, the way everything is, like, all of these scenes are actually things floating in water. Like, some of them you can see easier. Yeah, I think this deck it's busy, but it's, like, beautiful. I love the way that it's shit floating in water. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just really into it lately. I had been using this for daily draws. I keep drawing this card. This is, Knight of Wands. The titles are, like, tiny down here and there in French, so if that's a thing anyone wanted to know. Yeah, this thing has been giving me just readings that I feel are practical and useful. Yeah, I have been loving this deck lately. What did I just do with that thing? Yeah, so that's Tarot of the Drowning World. So I had been, last month, I think it was in my May Decks and Books video, I had talked about how I was using this for daily draws. While I'm still using it, it's not currently for daily draws, because for some reason... Come here, friend. Wow, a deck is hard to grab when it's, like, on the bed. I felt like the Gentle Tarot was a thing that I should pull out. Now, okay, all these things are, like, rolling into each other. Sorry, it's a whole fucking ramble here. I mean, we're already 14 minutes in, and I'm, like, on my second deck. I guess third, but, like, okay, whatever. So, the Gentle Tarot, I have shared before in decks that are hard for me personally to work with, I think, or something. This deck is up there for me. Like, it tells me things that I need to know, but, like, not in a way that I want to hear them. I don't know how to explain that. It's supposed to be gentle, and I guess that it is, but it's gentle, like, okay. You know how, like, if you get cut with a sharp knife, it's, like, less painful than a dull knife cutting you? This is a sharp knife. It's still cutting you, it just hurts a little bit less. Like, do you know what I mean? Honestly, it's probably cutting deeper because it is sharp. So, okay. I have had to reevaluate my inner child work that I've been doing. Now we'll just go ahead and grab this. So I have been using the Wisdom of the Pooh Tarot. Nope, Wisdom of Pooh Tarot. From Rue and Vervain. Now, what I had initially been doing was drawing one of these cards as like inner child sort of stuff every day. Now, this seemed like I really felt productive at first doing this because it would just this deck I can't imagine a deck doing a better job of inner child work than this one has done for me. Like there's no way anything could be doing better. The thing is, it has as time has worn on, it started kind of unearthing things. Like there's one thing in particular that I will not share here because holy shit, that it's just fucking gnarly, man. Like there is a reason I lock that shit in a fucking box to like not look at, and it literally unearthed the memory, and I'm like, oh my god, this is something like I might need professional help to work through. Oh my god. So every day was too much. Like it was just not getting the amount of time in a day to even begin unpacking the shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, honestly, I think it was a bad move on my part to be like, I'll draw one of these cards every day. Like, what was I doing, you know? So yeah, this thing has really done some stuff here. So I was like, maybe I'll do like every week or every 2 weeks or something. Ultimately, no. Like it has probably told me what part of my problem has been all along. And I don't think it's going to be like a drawing a card a certain amount of time, like after a certain amount of time things. I don't know if that made sense, but this is going to be for like reading specifically to it. Like inner child work is more than drawing a card from a deck. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of shit. And so, yeah, this deck, it's still being actively worked with, but it's not getting drawn from every day. You know, it would be a purposeful spread every once in a while. So, going back to the Gentle Tarot, though, this deck almost feels like it could do some inner child work. Like, I have avoided inner child work. And so now that it's come for me, and I kind of know how it feels now, like it's like shadow work, but 1,000 times worse. I feel like this could take the place of that. Like if I drew a card from this and it had something to do with inner child kind of work, I feel like I would know it. Does that make sense? Like I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about right now, but it's almost a compromise between just a regular card of the day sort of drawing and wow, it is not focusing on this. Pooh, are you messing this up? Go away then. It kind of spans the distance between the Pooh Tarot and but inner child work and a daily draw. Like if this has something to do with inner child work, in my gut I'm gonna know it. So yeah, this is my daily draw deck right now. Wow, sorry this video looks so bad. It's like wanting to focus. I don't even know where it's focusing. Maybe it's just not. So yeah, Gentle Tarot. Sorry, I gotta put Wisdom of the Pooh away because doing this on my bed not only is a dumbass choice, but it's also like I don't have all my decks in boxes or bags or something. Some of them are just like stacked up here on the bed and they keep fucking falling over, so that's annoying. Okay, what's next? Oh. Well, you're not going to be able to see this, so sorry. This is the Love Oracle of Eden. This is the best deck that I have found so far. Holy shit. That works with Aphrodite in the way that I am experiencing her. Like, this is the closest. I mean, it's still not perfect, but this is absolutely a stunning deck. You can't see it very well in this video because I chose bad placement for this video, but, this is my favorite card and you're not gonna be able to see it. Fuck. I do have a walkthrough of it if you're interested in seeing more of that. I don't know how you like save a video in like a upper corner or wherever the fuck it is, but it is on my channel, where you can, you know, see in detail these cards. Normally I am not into photography decks, but this one just is this one is transcendent. Like, it is something above that. I don't know. Yeah, no, this deck, this is one of my all-time favorite decks. Like, you know, when people are like, oh, if you could only grab 10 decks, you know, what would they be if you could only keep 10? This would definitely be one of them. Also, it was really expensive, but yeah. Fucking stunning, stunning piece of art here. Okay, next, okay, I've been working with the Endless Oracle by Eric Mail. Now, okay, here comes a ramble for you. I feel like it's been a long time since I've been excited for any new decks to come out. Everything mass market has pissed me off. A bunch of Kickstarter shit I've just really not been into. But I am waiting on a couple of things, and one of the things I'm really excited for, that is, I'm pretty sure is going to be coming to Kickstarter when it's finished, an Endless Tarot that is made in the same way as the Endless Oracle. It sort of goes with it. So the way this deck, what makes it cool is that it is inspired by what's called, I believe you pronounce it like Miriorama. Now, I don't know if you can see it because the light is fucking shit in here. But these actually line up the landscapes. So, like, if you look at this as one scene, right? If there were more, like, people in here. Let's put another one here. I mean, you could see, like, some people are in the foreground, some people are farther back. You know, if this was one continuous scene, what's going on? What does it look like? I mean, in the sky, we've got certain planets, we've got certain moon phases, we've got, constellations, like zodiac constellations and shit. Like, this is just so well thought out. It's very well done. It's an oracle, and it's, like, it's fantasy. In that, like, just the way that I'm into. Also, though, the thing that spurred me to pull this out was that someone, see, now I had these cards out, but then I mixed them in the last video, and I should have stopped being a lazy bitch and picked them back out, but someone super graciously sent me the Triforce expansion pack. So this is one of the cards, the patron. Jesus Christ, are they all, like, together somewhere? I thought I shuffled them in. So you can tell by the word Triforce what the cards are, you know, inspired by. What did I just do? Why do I do that? Well, I wanted to show you the... Okay, the fortune teller was also in there. Now, I think this expansion pack still exists. Here is the Demon King. If you don't, you know, if you're not into certain things, then you might not know, you know, recognize some of this. Here's the Princess. And I think the one that gives it away most, which is also my favorite, is we have the Hero. Because it is, of course, dangerous to go alone. So, okay, I do want to say that when I first opened this, and I'm pretty sure I said it on a video back then too, when I first got this deck, like the full deck, I was like, oh my god, there's space in here, I bet there's going to be fucking expansion packs. And lo and behold, look who was right. Okay, the last deck is, alright, I don't want to hear a single word about how dusty this bag is. This lives on, like, my side table for, like, my bed is a bookshelf, because of course it is. Let's see in here. Oh. Broken Selenite. Now this is a deck, I have mentioned this before, but it was a while back. I've been slacking on my dream work lately. I just sometimes go for long periods of time, and I just don't really have dreams that either I just don't remember them, or that have, like, you know, when a dream is like saying something to you, there's a weight to it, like it has a certain consistency. when it's something besides just the fuckery that your brain's puking out while you're asleep. Like, you know how you can tell, right? But lately, dreams weighing a little bit more in that way have started to show up for me. So I have pulled this deck back out. The way that I work with this deck, okay, like this is a 78 card deck with suits and shit. It's got majors. It does not align with, any previously existing tarot system. Very strange cards with very strange meanings. So the way I've been working with this, the way I find personally I work best with it, did I say what this was called? Holy shit. This is the Mystical Dream Tarot. Okay. Is instead of having a dream and then the next morning trying to draw cards to like fit in there, I actually draw a card every evening before bed. And this is one of those decks where I am glued to the guidebook. Just because the card meanings, like, I don't know, I literally cannot remember them. I will draw a card and read it and have a dream about it and all kinds of shit. And then, like, a month later, I'll draw the card and be like, fuck, I don't remember what that meant. But, so, yeah. Anyway, I will draw a card before bed and read the meaning. And then if I have any dreams, I can sort of fit it back into that once I wake up. I find myself, like, less biased in that way than trying to, like, fit cards in after. I don't really know. For me, that's what's working. This is such a weird deck. It really, the art is kind of strange. Like, the limited color palette is just interesting choices. This, like, fuchsia kind of color, the orange is weird. But here's the thing. There is a difference between a deck that looks good and a deck that, like, speaks. Do you know what I mean? And I think decks that speak are different for different people. And for me, this is just really one of those. Yeah, so I have been drawing cards, from this lately, and yeah, I like feel guilty that I stopped doing this for a while, because it almost feels like it might be some sort of cycle where if I'm having dreams, I draw cards from this deck before I go to sleep, but also maybe drawing cards from this deck before I sleep helps me, like, have dreams that are worth having or something. Like, I don't even know. I don't know anymore, man. So, yeah, that's my June Decks and Books video. Damn, I think this is the longest rambling-ass video for monthly Decks and Books that I have ever made. If you're still here, thanks for watching. Bye.